Today on the Lowdown, a Dancing Room podcast, Chris Nikic gives us the lowdown on his journey to becoming the world's first Ironman with Down syndrome. Over to you, Hannah and Marilla.
Thanks, Jody. Hello and welcome to the LowDOWN podcast. I'm Hannah Mahmood, occupational therapist at the Down Syndrome Resource Foundation and co-host of the LowDOWN. My podcast partner in crime, Marla, is currently on maternity leave, so I'm most excited to welcome a very special guest host, our Director of Therapy, Behavior, and Family Support, Susan Fawcett. Hi, Susan.
Oh, hello. I hope I can do a good job as much as Marla does.
Oh, I think it'll be great, and it'll be fun to have someone else here as well. So before we continue on with our episode, we would love for you to hit the subscribe button and leave a review of our podcast on your chosen podcast platform. Remember to check out our episode pages for additional resources related to each episode. You can also follow the DSRF at www.dsrf.org and on Instagram and Twitter by following at DSRF Canada. Okay, so Susan, I am so excited because today on the Lowdown, we are welcoming a guest who has recently made headlines around the world as the first individual with Down syndrome to complete an Ironman. That's right, you guys, an Ironman. It is widely considered one of the most difficult one-day sporting events in the world. So this is a massive achievement for anyone, anywhere, and enormously inspiring for our community of individuals with Down syndrome.
I am also super excited about this podcast. I'll just say a little bit about Chris first. Chris Nikic completed his Ironman race in Florida in 2020. This race is no joke. It is a 3.8 kilometer swim, a 180 kilometer bike ride, and a 42 kilometer marathon run all back to back. Each year, the Down Syndrome Resource Foundation does a 5 kilometer race as a fundraiser. And every year I do the race with my dad. And I think to myself at the end, that's probably enough exercise for one day. That's okay. So an Ironman is definitely not on my radar yet, but maybe Chris will inspire me today to give it a try. Today, we want to talk to Chris not only about his huge achievement, but also how he got started with his training. We would love to hear about the reaction has been like from his perspective once people found out he did this, and how he feels about his role as a leader. So welcome Chris and his dad Nick to the Lowdown. It's great to have you here. So at the Lowdown, we ask our guests 5 secret icebreaker questions first. We want the listeners to get to know you a little bit before we talk about the training and the race. So Chris, does that sound okay to you?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so here's the first one. Ready?
Right.
What is your favorite thing to eat for breakfast?
Waffle House.
Waffle House. Nice.
Very good choice.
Yeah.
And what is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is about the life of Chris Nikic.
Oh, really?
Nice.
4 entire days with Russian.
Oh.
I love that you're putting that out in the universe.
The popcorn, nachos, and dancing drinks.
Hey, Chris, I have a question. That's an awesome answer. When there's a movie about your life, who do you want to play you? Or do you think you should be in the movie yourself?
It's based on the trajectory and the experts and the doctors.
But who do you want to play the
professionals?
Who do you want to be the lead actor to play you? Do you want someone else to do it, or do you want to do it?
Her.
You want her to play you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's great. I love it.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Okay, Chris, I'm going to take over for the last couple of questions. So tell me, what do you like to do to de-stress after a big day? So you have a really busy day today, you told us earlier. What are you going to do to just chill out at the end of the day?
Like this morning, I did a bike ride.
But what are you going to do tonight after you come home from the gym in your pajamas? Tell her what you do when you're when you're done. What do you like to do?
I'm gonna play a video game
Yes.
and then
Good
get
call.
Chipotle.
Oh, so what are like some of your favorite video games to play right now?
NBA 2K17.
Oh, 2K17. Nice. Excellent. Okay, and our last question for you, Chris. What is your favorite game to play with your family or friends?
I usually beat my dad after the pool, Jim,
Nice.
Fog, and you know who he is. He's old, we can flirt in a slug.
I am not a slug.
You are.
Who's stopping?
They believe me.
They don't believe you.
Your dad doesn't look like a slug to me.
I believe he's old.
Weak and frail and a
I
slug.
believe he's frail.
Oh, old and frail. Oh my goodness.
Dear.
Oh boy.
Look, you're dealing with an Ironman, so in comparison,
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I guess I am.
Yeah, exactly.
He's absolutely right.
Oh, I love this. Okay, well,
Never thought my boy with Down syndrome would just be that much more capable than me. That's been like the biggest blessing ever.
Yeah. I think
That's very incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's something that we welcome when our individuals with Down syndrome are better at something than us. I think that's the best thing ever. I would rather have that than anything. So, well, Chris, thank you so much for answering those 5 secret questions. So let's talk a little bit about your journey as an Ironman. How did you get started with racing?
So, okay, a year ago, on October 6th, 1699, I was born here, and I was raised here, and I've never been called Down syndrome. There's any typical child with Down syndrome that they can do anything, and so I was sedentary, I was overweight, I was out of shape, I was constantly playing video games, watching Netflix,
A slug.
be an average person,
Yeah.
and this guy will get me accountable, and so
Yes, I did make you accountable.
and then the professionals wanted options.
Yep.
And these options were given out to parents.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really bad.
And tell her how we started.
We started back in 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
And we're going to use a tool as a vehicle to stop listening to those who put limits on me.
And who started the
And
program?
taking it off.
Right. And who started the program?
Someone who started this program is Victoria and Rin.
Mm-hmm.
And Rin had me go out swim instead of being called average. She wanted me to be at her lake. And then I swam 1,000 yards. And then I saw the house, Crystal Camp. My dad looked at it and said, come on, something, Ironman.
Mm-hmm.
And so from a 14-minute mile sprint, I got way too fast, but I didn't Simone. And then I wanted a guy who was fast, and his name is Dan Grebe.
Yep.
We did a 43-mile Olympic.
When?
Back in 2019.
2020, January 2020.
Yeah.
And then you did what?
And then I did a half Ironman in Claremont.
When was that?
May.
May of 2020.
And then I did a full Ironman from 2 years on couch to actually become an Ironman.
2 years from couch to Ironman. Yeah.
And then from a full Ironman, I got invited to go to Hawaii.
And what are you going to do in Hawaii?
And you know what I'm going to do in Hawaii? The World Championship.
Oh.
Yeah, baby.
Ooh.
Amazing.
I want you two to come.
Do you want each of us to come join you?
Yeah.
I would like to go to Hawaii. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, we would.
That just makes it even more appealing.
Yeah.
Okay then, please come.
Okay, I think we have an open invitation. I love it. Thanks, Chris. That's awesome.
He's inviting everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
We need 2 planes now with all the
Yeah, exactly.
Not 2 planes. 1 plane.
Oh, 1 plane.
One big huge plate with a bar, food, drinks, dancing.
Oh my.
Oh wow.
Oh my.
This is just becoming more and more appealing. I feel like
yeah. I'll be around all these ladies. Be the moment with the Chris Nikic.
All the ladies.
Oh, I see.
All the ladies.
Yeah, with Chris Nikic, the Ironman.
You're so silly.
The first person ever to complete Ironman.
Yeah.
And it's Ironman, Chris Nikic, in the moment with the ladies. And then Dad, and then second class.
Second class?
With his wife.
With my wife?
Yeah.
You're so silly. Let them ask another question.
Fine.
Chris, I love the confidence, but I think this is so awesome. You're going to inspire so many other people, Down syndrome or not, to be confident. And I think that's very important. So way to go. Hey, Chris, I noticed a T-shirt that you and your dad are wearing. It's can you tell us a little bit about the 1% Better Challenge?
Sure.
Yeah.
I started with 1 push-up, 1 sit-up, and 1 squat.
Mm-hmm.
And then by Ironman Florida, I said 200 push-ups, 200 sit-ups, and 200 squats.
Yeah.
By corner, I'll be doing 500.
And how many are you up to today? How many are you going to do today? Today, 260.
Oh, today is 260 today.
Nice.
So that's the 1% better.
Yeah.
A little bit better every day.
Every day.
Until you go from 1 push-up to 500. Until you go from 1 mile to 140 miles.
So your 260 is how many push-ups you can do, Chris?
Yeah.
Push-up, sit-ups, and squats in 1 sitting.
What?
Yeah.
What?
It's impressive on the ladies. Go check out his muscle.
Oh man, too bad people can't see this. Those are good muscles.
Those are some very Ironman muscles. 260, Chris. I can barely do 50 and I am done. So I am so inspired to now try to reach 260, at least if I can. That's amazing.
Imagine if I come out couch 2 years.
Yeah, imagine.
I do 260 reps. They could give me a big Chipotle.
Oh, 260. My body's hurting just thinking about it.
Yeah, that's mine too.
When he's ready to do his 500, he's going to challenge all the other Ironman to
I think that's awesome.
A workout of 500 push-ups, sit-ups, and squats in 1 sitting.
Wow.
And maybe I can challenge you, Susan.
Okay. All right. It might take me a while to get there. But I'm willing to give it a try.
Yeah. 1% better, right?
Deal.
Okay.
If I beat you, 500 each, I'm taking you for a free dinner.
You're going to take her for a free dinner?
Yeah.
You're going to stop it. She's married.
And a movie. And split popcorn.
Chris, stop flirting with the ladies. I'm interviewing you.
Yeah.
Stop
it. Wow, Chris, you're just making this more and more appealing, bud.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so Chris, for our listeners that maybe don't know what an Ironman is, can you tell them a little bit about what is involved in the Ironman competition?
So the Ironman is a 17-hour event. I had to complete under 17 hours.
Okay.
So I had to swim 2.4 miles in the open wide lake.
Ocean.
And then I had to get out of the lake to ride 112 mile bike ride.
Yep.
And then during that bike ride, I had to stand down every 40 minutes, ride pain, and I couldn't eat or drink every other crazy Ironman. And I had to stand down, and I just mistakenly stepped on an ant pile.
Why did you step on an ant pile?
Because it's Dad's fault.
My fault? I wasn't even
his
there.
Fault. Oh my gosh, it's freaking his fault.
Oh, no.
It went up to my ankle, my
Oh,
whole foot, and to my groin.
Groin, yep.
oh.
And then minutes later, I was flying way too fast, 12 miles per hour, and then skidded my bike into the grass.
Oh, no.
Yep. Crashed his bike, tumbled over it,
Yikes.
flipped 360
So,
degrees.
okay, so I was
But that's not
going
part of
to
Ironman.
skid.
Don't tell them about that. That's not part of Ironman.
So,
You decided to add that for extra bonus.
So, for the extra 2 bonus.
Yeah.
Is when I went to a skid.
Yeah.
Then I was going in towards Dan. And Dan was like, stop it. He got away from me.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm trying to crash into him.
And then what else happened?
And it just like, stop it.
So then after the crash.
And then right after the crash, Dan came up to me. And it's like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you sucking me?
Keep going.
Stop it.
Keep going. What else? Yeah. After you crashed, you got back on your bike. What'd you do?
And then I rode the last 32 miles ever.
Wow.
The so-now being called, a.k.a. the average, to make it to qualifying time.
Yeah, you rode the last 32 miles fastest ever.
Wow.
To make the cutoff.
That's amazing, Chris.
By 8 minutes.
Wow.
So amazing.
After the bike, what did you do?
And then after the bike, I got to the marathon. And then, okay, if this is recorded, I gotta tell you this.
Yes.
My dad, I was in extreme pain. And my dad came out. He put me inside. And he said, there is a battle going on between the fake pain and the dream.
Mm-hmm.
The dream is not to become an Ironman.
Yeah.
The goal is to become an Ironman. The dream is 3 things. Get a house, get a car, and marry a conditional woman who would adore me, be romantic with me, and we would live in a private house where my dad could not come. I can't imagine. If it's a private house, no dad,
no dad,
mom,
okay,
or anything.
Yeah, it's a private house.
Me and my romantic, me and my romantic,
adoring wife. Very nice.
And then
Chris?
when you said the battle between your brain,
and when I set my brain into the battle,
you got your brain into battle.
The pain, and then the dream.
I love that. I think that needs to be on a T-shirt, Chris. The battle between
Let me compare this. Fake pain is you stop working.
Yeah.
And
just
real pain is quit.
Yeah, finish.
And give up.
So finish. So mile 10, 11, 12, 13. We had a conversation. Then what happened
after
mile 13?
And then we had a conversation. And then my dad's like, Dad, take that tether off. No more. And he's like, okay. And then he took it off. My dad and I ran for a walk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this walk is a human connection.
Yeah, your daddy loved it.
And he said, so are you going to answer me? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to answer right now. I dream.
Your dream.
And then he's like, oh, what? I'm like, you want me to repeat that?
Yes.
He's like, stop it. And I'm like, I dream.
And then what happened?
And then he said, I'll make you a deal. When you cross that line, before you cross that line, he said, I'm going to Mike Ronnie and said, Mike Ronnie, my son sent me here to ask you a favor.
Mm-hmm.
To send out a smoking hot blonde on this red carpet. And then Mike Ronnie was like, why? And I just like, right? I got my wife and I want to do something for her. And then my car's like, okay. And I just like, man. And then
okay, stop. The question was, what's an Ironman? That's enough. Let him ask another question.
And when I crossed that line,
yeah, no,
I saw a blonde right there. I grabbed her hand.
Oh.
And she said, Chris, you're my husband.
Next question, please.
Oh.
You're my boyfriend.
Next question, please.
Chris, you're just all about the girls today, buddy.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's a good dream to have for sure.
If it wasn't for that, he wouldn't be an Ironman.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
we all have our own specific motivators.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. You got to be motivated. Hey, Chris. So you said that the Ironman has 3 parts. So you said you had to do swimming, cycling, and running. Yeah. Which of the 3 was your favorite thing to do? Swimming, running, or walking? Or cycling?
I would say the running.
Oh, the running was your favorite. Why?
Yeah. Because my dad told me that if I run, I have a cute butt.
Gotcha.
And this cute butt will impress the ladies.
Oh, I see. Okay, so if you finish the run, you can
motivate him to run.
Yeah. Very nice. And then
most of these were supposed to be private conversations. Though.
Yeah.
We didn't know somebody was going to be interviewing and asking all these questions that I made stuff up to motivate him. So now it's all coming out.
Now it's all coming out.
I know it is.
It's very true. I mean, it is true.
It is true.
So it's fine.
Exactly.
It's good.
And everyone has their motivations. And if that's what's going to motivate you to be the Ironman, then that's what's going to work. Right, Chris?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you guys quickly how that happened. You know, he hated running. I could not get him to run, right? And you can't do Ironman without doing a marathon.
Yeah.
And so one day he was on a treadmill running for a mile or so, and I stood behind him. I said, OMG. He said,
OMG. He's a cute butt.
I said, your button's getting so cute from all this running, and all the ladies are watching you. And he says, really? And he just ran and ran. And from that point on, I knew how to motivate him to learn how to run.
And my gosh, here's unquote. I was running, unquote, right? And then at the same moment, I kept running and running and running.
Yeah.
And all these ladies were coming up to me. And it's like, is this you?
Are you
him? Are you him? Is this him? Who is him? And it's like, are you the Iron Man? The cute Iron Man? With a cute Iron Man butt?
Oh, the cute Iron Man with a cute Iron Man butt. I love this.
Well, this is my first time co-hosting this podcast, but I'm just wondering, Hannah, if you've ever had this much conversation about cute butts on the podcast.
Nope. Yeah, I've done quite a few podcasts, and this is the first time we're talking about cute butts, and I think that's awesome. Great.
And this year we're working on cute legs so he can make it.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I'm with you, Susan.
Okay, Chris. Let's talk a little bit about your training for the Ironman. So what does your training day look like?
So I train for about 4 hours.
Every day?
Like on Saturdays, I run 100 miles.
Okay.
And then that's when people come out. And then on Sundays, I run 18 miles with them.
Yep.
Which is pretty exhausting and tired.
It is exhausting.
No kidding, yeah.
And then on Friday, I swim 5,000 yards. And then on Saturdays, after the red, stinky people, we take a dip in the pool.
Very nice.
And then we go right to Waffle House.
Oh,
and then at Waffle House, this is my favorite meal. I get a 2-egg breakfast.
Yep.
It's a cheesy eggs with double smothered, covered with chili and bacon.
Oh, yeah.
I eat the whole entire freaking thing. And then at night, my dad takes my So that my dad takes his smoking hot blonde out on a date, and then he usually gets me Pierre Chang's. He
Pierre Chang's.
probably is going to get me this weekend. Would be dynamite roll, spicy King's chicken, and then this time, Dad, double rice.
Double rice, okay.
Oh wow, okay.
And then the Great Wall chocolate.
Great Wall chocolate.
And then I stay home with my PJs.
Yep.
And then my dad comes home, and then he says to me, "Son, we want you to come and join with us." And I'm like, "Do you see this, what I'm wearing?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Do you know what you call it?" He's like, "No." And I'm like, "It's PJs. So get my house." And then he's like, "What do you mean?"
And then what do we have together?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And then what do we have together before we go to bed?
We used to have a Corona.
Yeah.
Oh.
And this Corona helps with my cute butt.
Oh, does it?
Legs, and the ladies.
All right, enough with the ladies.
Yeah. So did I hear you right? Did you say Corona helps with a cute butt?
Yeah. So this
I didn't know that about Corona.
I had no idea.
Very adorable.
Oh, I see. Okay. Very cool, Chris. That's a good marketing thing for them, right?
90% of
No, don't cry it. Don't listen here. Keep it recorded. Don't cry it, Susan.
No, we won't cut it. Don't worry, Chris. This is great because we get to know you on a different level too, right? Not
That's
only
right.
your Ironman side, but on your Chris Nikic side. So we need to know both kinds of sides. So that's great. Don't worry. This is awesome. So Chris, what part of training do you not like?
I don't like the training at all. I just like when there's ever a race, triathlon, any race that I do.
So you love
I don't like training. I always go to events and I always put my foot on the ground by saying, "Man, if I kill this thing, I'll be for the ladies."
Oh, yeah.
And then just like, "Stop it. You're not getting no ladies." And I'm like, "Stop it, Dan.
Yeah.
I do everything I can to stop you from being me." And just like, "Stop it. I mean, you stop it, Grief."
So look, as a parent of a child with Down syndrome,
yes,
what he just said is really, really important.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the training.
Yeah.
He likes the events and he likes his dream and he likes the things he gets. And people say, and I always ask a lot of parents, I said, "Hey, can you get your child to come out and do this with us?" They say, "Well, I don't think he wants to do that." And I said, "What does that have to do with anything?"
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Exactly.
What does that really have to do with anything? It's like, well, get them out of the house. Let's go get them doing stuff. Let's push them beyond their comfort limits. And that's what we do with Chris. And he says, "Okay, Dad, let's go do it." He doesn't want to do it, but he does it.
Yeah.
It's good for him, right? It helps him achieve his goals and his dreams. Yeah. It makes him healthy and it makes him a member of the community, and he's having the best time there. So look, sometimes we got to do things we don't want to do and don't like to do, so we can enjoy the things that really motivate us and inspire us. And in his case, you can see it's living a life of independence and inclusion. And he has earned every bit of that. And,
absolutely,
and he's willing to work hard for his dreams.
Yeah. I think that's such a great way to put it.
Would it be okay if I show you a photo of my parents?
I would love to see a photo of your parents.
Absolutely.
Chris. Go for it, bud.
Because it reminds me of a cute bud.
Stop that.
And the ladies.
All right. Show.
All right, let's see the photo, bud.
Show a photo of your
mom. There we go. Oh.
Nice.
Okay, let me clarify this. She's a smoking hot blonde.
Yes.
And I'm not using this as a concept.
Yes.
She has blonde hair.
She has blonde hair.
And I want a woman with unconditional love.
Unconditional
who
love.
cares and adores and be romantic with me.
Oh, of course.
She was.
You want someone like Daddy has?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think that's a
really
great thing to
lovely.
watch.
Daddy's
Mhm.
fortunate, and you want the same thing.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, can I ask you another question about Ironman?
Sure.
So you were talking earlier about your dad giving you a pep talk about the battle between the pain and the dream. During your Ironman, was there a time you felt like giving up?
At some point, I was going to give up, but then, in my mind, it said, there's a battle going on, and
yeah, mile 10. That's when you did that.
It said, which one is to go in? The pain on the other side of the brain, or the first side of the brain, the dream. And then on my first side of my brain, I said the dream. And when I said the dream, just took the tether off right away, playground.
Yep.
And then just like stop it. I'm like, Dan, don't you ever use the tether again? And I just spilled off. And then there's like, where you going?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know where I'm going? I'm going to be lying there.
Yeah.
You answered her question. Let her answer.
That's awesome, though. But that's great, though. No, I like that, Chris, because sometimes you do need that time where you feel like you're giving up, but then you kind of try to get strong again so you can finish, right? And now you know the next time you feel like giving up, you know that you can do it.
Yeah, and I was second off 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a very important lesson for everybody listening, that even when you feel like giving up, you still have to try hard and keep going. So that's very cool that you did that. Chris, you started out in Special Olympics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you also began, competing in other mainstream athletic events. Why did you feel like you wanted to go from Special Olympics to something like the Ironman? Did you want to challenge yourself more? Why was it?
I wanted to challenge myself to a new level because I knew that Special Olympics wanted to take this seriously.
Yeah.
And we decided to talk to Ironman Florida, saying that you got give me a chance to do this Ironman. And they came back the next day and said, it's canceled. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, no.
Because if they canceled, we do our own again. And when they heard that I'm going to do my own again, they came back to me with a quick response the following day. And it said, it's on, and it's officially on.
It's officially on.
And
let's correct something. Let's correct something. They never actually canceled it, but you did threaten them that if they cancel it, you're going to do your own.
Yeah.
So I grabbed them in their faces.
In their faces.
Yeah, like, what's up, man?
I know. What is that?
So much my own again, and it's like, hell no.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep the race on, and all you do it.
Exactly.
And I'm like, okay, and I did, and I became the world record holder in Ironman. I'm the ambassador, and I'm the champion, and all these messages that I'm getting is from moms during the race. The next 2 miles live stream on Facebook saying that I'm the hero.
Yeah.
Anything that's possible for the kids, and stop listening to the experts.
Yeah.
You guys, I don't know if you guys knew, but Ironman Florida was the only full Ironman in the world in 2020.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Every other one before and after was canceled.
Wow, Chris.
But on November 7th, 2020, Ironman Florida was on, and it was showtime, wasn't it?
And it was showtime. And you showed up and showed out, that's for sure.
I showed up.
You sure did.
I killed it. You killed it.
You sure killed it.
With injured
legs and
D-Day. boost up and bites and got showered from PJs.
But it was worth it, wasn't it?
It was worth it, yeah.
It was
worth it.
Waffle House.
Hey, Chris, I think, Hey, but I think we had a question, Susan, from one of our adults at the DSRF for Chris, right?
We did, about other sports. So he was actually wondering, he's my friend Andrew. He's an adult who also has Down syndrome. And he is really into hockey. And he's really a big fan of yours. And he wanted to know if you've ever played hockey before.
Not really.
Oh, well, if you ever come up here, maybe we can teach you.
No. Well, I'm a basketball player.
Basketball. Okay. No. And golf.
And I'm a fan of Luka Doncic.
Yep, Luka.
Yeah. Basketball.
So no hockey down here.
Yeah. I guess not a whole lot, right?
Yeah. So Chris, a couple more questions and I'm going to hand it over to Susan, okay? So can you tell me how it felt? Tell me how you felt in your head, in your heart when you crossed the finish line of your Ironman.
I felt I had peace. Mm-hmm. I felt that I knew that it was coming to an end, and the voice of Ironman, like Ronnie said on the right side.
Yep.
Chris Nikic, you're an Ironman.
Yeah.
And when I ran past him on the left side, on his left side, he said, Chris Nikic, you're an Ironman. Yeah. Because the whole debrief family was there, his risk state team was there, and they wanted to know how this Down syndrome kid could do this, that's possible, mm-hmm. and be willing to work with them. And I'm still working with them. Yep. And then I'm creating my own company called 1% Better. And then maybe whoever who's in store right now could be the right woman to be my wife.
So in love with the women already.
It's the ultimate motivator, Dad, you know?
How big a company are you going to build?
Huh?
How big is your company going to be?
It's going to be 132,000
million.
Very nice.
$100 million company.
$100 million company. I see it. I have no doubt you can get there, Chris. I think that's pretty cool.
And I'll be making more dollars in here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's easy.
Yeah.
And are you going to employ all your friends?
That's what I was going to ask.
Get jobs for all your Down syndrome friends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Employ 1,000 Down syndrome people?
Yeah.
Yep.
1,000 friends, all Down syndrome.
And then I'll be hiring all the ladies.
And you'll be hiring the ladies too?
Hiring all the ladies. I'm sure they'll just come flocking to you.
Yeah. You and your people.
Hey, that'd be you, Susan. You stop it.
Oh, they're gonna come to your door, Chris. Don't you worry. Chris, when you crossed the finish line, did you feel proud of yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that the Waffle House was coming.
Great.
I knew that the Corona would come.
Oh man.
I knew that I've been taken to the tent to patch me up.
Patch you up, yeah.
Yeah.
And it pretty stinks.
It does stink.
Yeah, did you have a lot of injuries at the end? Were you hurt?
Yeah, I was like extreme pain.
Oh dear.
You get blisters everywhere from the endpoint.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then the injuries from the bike fall.
Yeah.
And then of course all of the pain from doing 140 miles. So he was pretty beat up at the end of it. He was happy to finish. What did you tell your daddy when you crossed the finish line? What did you say to him?
I'm like, Dad, what are you waiting for? Can you go to the nightclub away? That's not what for?
What for?
You know what for? The ladies.
The ladies.
Yeah. You needed another reminder, right, Chris? Like all the pain was for the ladies.
Like, okay. And I'm like, here's Prince.
Yeah.
We're going home. I'm going to take a shower. And then I'm gonna put my PJs.
Yep.
And then we're gonna have our own private party for the ladies.
Oh, very nice.
And one of the ladies will escort me to the couch and put my leg up in that blanket.
Yeah.
And then, you know what? You know what my ladies did for me?
Oh, what?
They ordered Waffle House.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, of course. Of
They
course.
got
Ladies
me
plus
smothered,
Waffle House
covered, chili eggs, bacon, and grits.
Hey, Chris.
With Corona.
You know, with Corona, of course. You know what, Chris? I don't know if we have a Waffle House in Canada, at least not in Vancouver. So if we ever are in your neck of the woods, can you take Susan and I to a Waffle House?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I've always heard of Waffle House and I've never tried it. So
I can take any lady to Waffle House.
Any lady.
Any lady.
I'm glad you're not.
Any lady. But I'm Susan.
Oh, it's just a Susan-specific invitation.
Yeah.
What about me? Can I come?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Okay, good. I was like, oh, no.
Well, you can come, and me, and my dad.
Okay.
But not your dad. Yeah.
But not your dad, of course. Yeah.
No. Poor dad.
Well, in a moment together, Susan.
Yes.
Stop it.
You stop it, Donna.
I'm going to turn this thing off.
No, it's still recording.
It's still recording.
Yes.
Okay, Chris, I got one more question for you, bud. Then I'm going to let Susan take over. Cool?
Cool.
Okay, so my last question for you is, what does it mean to be the first Ironman with Down syndrome?
Wow. Good question.
Thank you.
Becoming the first, we means that we don't tolerate no limits.
Nope, no limits.
No limits.
Becoming the first, is by telling kids that they need to start small.
Yeah.
And be able to get 1% better every day.
Yeah.
And let them know that they have to work hard. Like I worked really hard on the bike today. And there's no way I can do no bike with the news here. Because this news is going to interview me. Not the bike.
Okay.
Not the bike, but interview me.
Yeah.
And then just talk, interview, look in my bedroom and
Don't get distracted. Stay with the question.
But that's a good point, Chris, because you are doing a lot of interviews. And I think doing all those interviews are going to show people that people with Down syndrome can do anything, right? So I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, I agree. Very cool. All right, Susan, you want to take it over?
Sure. I do have a few more questions for you, Chris, but is it okay if I ask your dad a question first?
Not really.
I don't think so. I shouldn't have asked for permission there. He'll answer it really quick.
I'll go quick, okay, buddy?
Okay.
I won't talk.
So, Nick, what would you say to another parent of a young person with Down syndrome about how to support them in pursuing their dreams?
So step one is to actually believe that they have dreams that are worthwhile.
Yeah.
And that they have it within them to pursue and go after those dreams. I think most of our lives we have put our children in a bubble because we're trying to protect them and because we've been convinced by society of what they can't do. So we've bought into what we call the big lie now. And we were the same way. We bought into that lie for 18 years. And it wasn't until 3 years ago where we said, we're going to stop. We're going to put a bubble around him, but it's going to be a different bubble. We're going to protect him from society. And we're going to let him dream big, work hard, pursue it with a passion. We're going to let him fall and fail and crash and the same things that we all have done our whole lives. And I would just tell them, stop treating them like they need you to protect them and do everything for them, and let them just blossom into the people that God made them to be, which is so much more than we see. We see these cute little, kids who grow into cute adults, and we forget that they're full, capable human beings who can do just about anything. And my hope is that they'll look at Chris and not look at him as the exception, but look at him as an example of what all our kids can do.
Mm-hmm.
That is really well said. That is really wonderful. Thank you. Chris, should I get back to you now?
Yes, sir. Chris, you. Because I'm yours, Susan.
Who loves you too much?
Susan.
It's clear that you're, excluding your dad from Waffle House excursions and things like that. I don't know. He seems like a pretty great guy.
It's not about excluding. It's about Chris Nic's knife. Okay? Let's talk about Chris Nic's knife right now. Okay?
Okay, I'll get back
Chris
to it.
Nic's knife is the most top priority in my list right now.
Yes.
Right, definitely a top priority. So Chris, we see lots of little kids here at the Down Syndrome Resource Foundation. We have adults here too, but lots of our little kids are super into sports. So what would you say to a little kid with Down syndrome who wants to be an athlete like you?
I would simply say help them start small. Help them get 1% better over 2 years.
Right.
Instead of getting a couch, have them go out and exercise, work hard, and to eat more.
And what if they're like, but I just want to watch video games? Play video games and watch Netflix.
That's a bad habit. They need to learn that they need to live a life habit. Yeah. Learn to go out and exercise and be active.
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
Yeah, that's perfect. I like that you're saying that it's a bad habit, because it is, and it's one that's easy for us to get into, right? As human beings. What do you want people to know about Down syndrome?
Having Down syndrome is not an option. Having Down syndrome is not a failure. Having Down syndrome means we go everywhere. We go places, we go eat, we go movie, we go train. If the child's physically mentally tired after exercising, then it's time for the child to go to places like I am today.
Yeah.
Like,
so it didn't limit you.
Today,
nope.
And can afford to go on a bike ride because the news is interviewing me.
Don't worry about another bike ride already. That one was brutal,
1%,
wasn't it?
And then I'm doing strength, weights, basketball because I'm a basketball player. And here is the greatest news that you will ever get. I got invited to the USA Games in Orlando. And then I'll be going to Germany for the World Games. And I'm getting a shoe deal from Adidas.
Nice.
Great.
And then I'm getting a book published on October 5th.
Right. We actually wanted to hear more about your book. What is it called?
It's called 1% Better. Here's a story about a bamboo tree. Bamboo tree who stands around like 9 inches tall, and no roots, no soil. My dad included me like a bamboo tree.
Okay, stop for a second. Stop. I think that's a great story. Can I take 30 seconds and tell them about the bamboo tree so they can, and then you can tell them the rest? Can I? Thank you.
You can't distract me.
So he's talking about himself as a bamboo tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
A Chinese bamboo tree. When it gets planted, for 5 years, doesn't break ground. But in the 5th year, it breaks ground and it grows to 90 feet in 6 weeks.
Wow.
The first 5 years was building roots deep enough to hold it and withstand it as it grows once it comes out of the ground, so it can handle everything. So Chris is our little bamboo tree. So he's heard me tell that story all the time. Yeah. So now he wants to tell people about himself and how his example is that of the Chinese bamboo tree. where
Cool.
it's a
And you write about that in the book?
Yep.
Great.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
And the book is all around how we developed a new system called 1% Better that is designed to help individuals like Chris and others who don't succeed in our current education and athletic system, who feel left out, who don't have some of the requirements that it takes to succeed in that system. And the fact is, most people don't succeed in that system. So we've designed a new system for Chris, others like him, and others who just don't live and succeed well in that other system. So, the answer is not that they can't achieve. They just need a different system to align to their learning style, to their rate of growth, aligned to their strengths, and give them the opportunity to succeed. It's not that people like Chris can't be in the top 1%. It's that they can't be in the top 1% if they follow the current system that's designed for others and not for him. So the whole book is about educating and helping others like Chris to realize that they could achieve amazing things. They just have to follow a different plan that's tailored more to them.
Very cool.
That's phenomenal. That's a phenomenal approach. I can't wait to read it. Do you want to tell me a bit more about the book, Chris?
Yeah.
Some more?
So, this book is really about Down syndrome child. It's about a child with intellectual disability. It's about a kid who lives out to his dreams. His dream was not to become an Ironman. The goal would be doing an Ironman.
Yeah.
And I'm just overwhelmed because if it was okay with you too, my dad would like to include both of you. If you're disappointed, I'll give you a hug. If you're upset, I'll give you a hug.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
I do enjoy hugs. I really missed them during the pandemic. So it's too bad we're not closer together. I'd totally take you up on that.
Yeah, same here.
And I totally hate the whole pandemic bullcrap.
You hate the whole pandemic bullcrap?
Yeah, we hear you, bud. We agree with you.
This is like put behind.
You notice Chris and I did not participate in the pandemic last year.
Yeah, I know.
Right. You did not, actually.
Yeah.
I actually was going to ask about that. Did that make things more difficult at all? Having to do this, having to finish off the training during a pandemic?
Yeah.
It actually made him stronger.
Oh.
Because
do you want to tell us about that?
Sure.
Because of bees.
So
mostly because I wanted to make it fun.
Yeah.
And to make some friends and be part of this community.
Yeah.
So it made him and us stronger because all the gyms were closed, all the bike trails were closed, all the lakes were closed. And so now we had to get creative how to prepare for and do an Ironman when everything was closed, including every race.
Yeah.
So it forced us to think about getting 1% better in every possible way. So together we would come up with creative ways to exercise, and we would have fun together because we would brainstorm different ways to do things. And so it really helped Chris get stronger by adapting and identifying obstacles and brainstorming together to find solutions. And so we use it as an opportunity both to teach him things that you never let external events or circumstances affect your goals and your dreams. And when one problem comes up, it's an opportunity to get smarter, better, and come up with a better solution and be creative. And so we use the pandemic as our personal opportunity to teach him things and to teach him perseverance, to teach him creativity, to teach him solving problems, and to teach him to never quit no matter what. And so, for example, on May 9th, we had a half Ironman race we were supposed to do in Ironman Florida in Panama City. Mm-hmm. They canceled it, so we scheduled our own race in a local town, and we crafted our own race and did a half Ironman. The local news media came to watch it. About 100 people showed up in the middle of a pandemic to watch him do a half Ironman that was just for him. So to us, it was an opportunity to do something amazing and to show people that just because everybody says stop doesn't mean you got to listen. And when I told you earlier, we put a bubble around him, that was part of the bubble. We were tired of society telling us what we couldn't do. And so we decided to just go do our own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the epitome of finding the silver lining in a really crummy situation. So that's just, you guys are so inspiring.
It was an amazing year, the best year ever.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I think the fact that you did this in a pandemic, Chris, makes you even more of an Ironman. It's pretty heroic that you stuck to your dreams and you kept working on it and you did it when everyone else said that you couldn't. So I think that's pretty awesome, but great work. You deserve that Waffle House for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you serve. Waffle House.
Yeah, you deserve it.
Institution.
That's awesome. Did you want to close us out, Susan?
Sure.
Or Susan, with the last?
Sure, I'll do my little bit here. So yeah, we also wanted everyone to know that Chris is going to be our special guest race ambassador for DSRF's Run Apart for Down Syndrome, taking place on June 6th. So participants will run or walk the distance of your choice wherever you are in the world and raise money to empower individuals with Down syndrome to reach their full potential, much like our friend Chris has. We are so excited to have Chris join us as race ambassador. You can learn more and register today at dsrf.org/runapart.
And with that, Chris, we want to thank you and Nick as well for joining us. This has been such a fun way to spend an hour and a half. Thank you so much, Chris, for taking the time. I know you have a very, very busy schedule today and lots of interviews and training things lined up. So we really appreciate you making some time for us. So thank you.
Let me wrap this up.
Yep, go for it.
Please go to my website, chrisnikic.com. Please to make a donation.
You stop it.
Yeah, my percent t-shirts. If you two want to accept my clients, please do that.
Yep.
Please feel free to be included. I'd love to train with you. After I train with both of you, I'll definitely take you both to Waffle House.
Great. I'm so excited.
Yes. Training and Waffle House. Couldn't be better. And Chris,
except I have to do my 500 push-ups. And squats. And what was the other thing first?
Sit-ups.
Okay.
Sit-ups and squats.
Okay.
I'll work on that.
Through you a session. Quick session of 500 of each.
Okay,
500 of each. Okay, I'm going to start working on that.
Yeah. We can do it. Okay. And Chris, we wanted to wish you a very happy World Down Syndrome Day. That's going to be happening on Saturday. So do you have any special plans for World Down Syndrome Day?
Yeah,
ESPN is releasing a special on World Down Syndrome Day on Chris.
Awesome.
So we're going to have a big viewing party. And we're going to watch another documentary, a different one, done by Sports Illustrated.
Awesome. Nick, the first one was ESPN. Is that what you said?
Sorry, not Sports Illustrated, ESPN.
ESPN, okay, awesome.
So ESPN on March 21st.
Perfect. We are going to be looking out for that. Chris, this has been an absolute pleasure. You are awesome, and I hope we can meet in person very soon as this pandemic bullcrap, as you call it, is over.
Yeah.
I
want to see you in person.
I call it bullcrap.
Yeah,
I know. I get it, buddy. I get it. But yeah, we would love to see you guys in person. So we're counting down the days till we can do that. And then maybe by that time we have our 500 down and we can show Chris.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to work on it. Seriously.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.